The Pain Train is back in the event store, and honestly, if you can, I highly recommend buying it. It's a really powerful assault rifle and one of my personal favorites, and it has a really fun and unique design, being quite literally a train. You got like a bell here, the conductor's like window, coal, the magazine is like a train track. Just overall like a design I really like, really unique and fun. Now, this is my own paint train schematic. I have it at Sunbeam. All the perks are gold, with critical rating, critical damage, energy, reload speed, damage, and each shot fired grants 1.8% damage for 1 second, stacks up to 15 times. You can switch this damage to a crit damage. I personally don't, because I have a weird preference to crit rating crit damage as opposed to crit rating double crit damage. I'm not going to go into explaining that. I also use reload speed because I do prefer a quick 1.2-second reload as opposed to having a larger magazine, but then a much longer reload speed. So we're going to actually be going with this PL140 Eliminate and Collect. Now, I kind of chose this mission just because Eliminate and Collect is a good mission to just test out how a weapon performs like through natural gameplay. And being a mission with no modifiers, means that I'm not going to be restricting myself due to how some modifiers like smokescreen might, well, not might, but will decrease the damage I can get out of my ranged weapons. As for my hero loadout, I'm using this Rescue Trooper Ramirez build with Blast from the Past, Sword and Hide, Sword and Might, Mad Tidings, Assault crit damage, and Survivalist with Adrenaline Rush and Stationary Hover Turrets. It is also worth noting my Rescue Trooper Ramirez is power 144. Now, I'm using Blast from the Past purely because I kind of care a little bit more for having a bit more health than damage, especially since I'm not using double crit damage. However, if you're using the Pain Train with creating double crit damage, you can easily, totally rock it out, or actually use Tactical Assault Sledgehammer. Why are you bald? Okay, I've already got a schematic craft here. Now, mind the horrible performance. I'm trying to get this game to run as smoothly as I can without switching to performance mode, and so far I can't do it. My computer's having just so many issues recently, and I don't know how to fix anything yet. Now, I like the Pain Train because the fire rate is really good. The sound is actually really nice, and the overall damage is just really good. And remember, I'm using Blast from the Past, and crit rating, crit damage, not double crit damage. A lot of shielded enemies, which is a little unfortunate. But I mean, I was shooting some of them and it doesn't even matter. Collect the samples here. With Taker. The hell? Just shred him. A second Taker. Okay, he'll just move around all my bullets. That's fine. Now, the Pain Train is fully automatic, so I can just hold down left click or trigger if you're on controller, and you can just open fire. You're literally shredded him. Okay, I guess they all just despawned. Nope. Just gonna slide right in there and just start taking them out. Overall, I love the sound of the Pain Train, and I like the damage. The model is actually really fun, unique looking, like I said earlier. I'm personally hoping the fact that this game's running at less than 60 frames is not going to ruin the recording quality or anything, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about that right now. I've been trying for 2 weeks to solve that. Now, a while back, Eliminate and Collect did get some changes, and I think that was all to, like, reduce how quickly the storm closed in and to get enemies spawning a bit more effectively within the storm circle. I don't really remember. That was a while back. Still, I pick Eliminate and Collect a lot of the time for weapon gameplay just because I think it's a good like raw test for how things work because I don't care for like the mathematical look at like how a weapon performs in comparison to another because that doesn't tell me someone who doesn't care about doing math constantly how a weapon actually performs as well as just like or as easily or consistently rather as just raw like jump in actually gameplay with it. So I like to just jump into a mission like this and just kind of go ham, just start firing. Hey, there's a big group of water enemies over here. Now, since I'm using energy, I don't have to worry about like uh generally like the any elemental affinity or anything because energy is kind of equal to all, I guess. And I mean, even though normally I do these tests in a 132 zone, even against 140 enemies, I'm still kind of shredding them pretty easily. I didn't run into a smash or anything, so I was really hoping I was gonna see one, but I guess not. Let's jump into the storm over here real quick because I see some more enemies over here that I just want to take out. Let's just set off as propane. I'm hardly actually even aiming for headshots, I realize. Like, a lot of the time I'm shooting even just body shots, and I think the damage is still fine. There is a big group of enemies over here now that just spawned, including 2 takers. That's fun. Stop him. A lot of small enemies and a lot of basic husks as well. That's fine, though. Just literally shredded him. Overall, I really like the paint train. I would probably put it in like maybe top 5 assault rifles in Save the World for me personally. But that is also just my own opinion. And going back to stats, like I use a reload speed perk because I like a good quick like 1.2 second reload like that, as opposed to a longer reload but having more bullets you can fire. Sometimes it's very weapon dependent for me, but uh, assault rifles usually, especially like the pain train, is a weapon where I prefer the a quicker reload. Oh, that's a big group. Out. I'm gonna just deploy 2 hover turrets this time just to help shred through this large group of enemies. 2 healing nurses. That's annoying. Actually, no, that was 2. I thought there was 3 for a second. Actually, could I possibly shred the rest of these enemies before the time runs out? Actually, yes. I will admit I'm being very like wasteful with bullets. Just even open firing, even when there isn't a lot of enemies. And then sometimes I'm just like lighter tapping to get more precise shots. I don't have any explanation for why I'm doing that. It's just the way that I play the game. But yeah, like I was saying, overall, Pain Train it's one of my top 5 assault rifles, personal opinion. I've just always liked the damage, the sound, and the model especially. But even opposed to some other weapons that look good, it's actually really good damage and the solid fire rates. The maxed out reload is only 1.2 seconds, so it's very quick. So you don't have 1.2 seconds of downtime, but you have very high damage on your bullets. Or well, not very high, but like very good damage. And obviously using totally rocking out instead would give you much higher damage results overall, especially if you're popping subwoofers. However, I'm not doing that for this video, so take that for what it is. Mission rewards are nothing interesting because that was a mission that has no modifiers anyways. Overall, like I said, Pain Train is one of my personal favorite assault rifles in Save the World. And, obviously, I already like this weapon. And this video is entirely just my own opinion of, like, the gameplay. I don't form these videos to be, like, a review of the weapon or any kind of, like, recommended or not recommended kind of thing. That's not how I do things. I will say though, I believe, well, I guarantee you can probably get like a better experience or possibly better experience, possibly way better damage if you're running crit rating, crit damage, reload damage, or crit damage, not damage like I am, and using totally rocking out and or using tactical assault sledgehammer for his assault rifle crit damage bonuses. I believe you can use something like that and get like a way higher damage experience. That's not something I'm testing right now. Maybe sometime in the future I might want to test something like that. I do have 2 other Pain Train schematics somewhere down here. So yeah, I have 2 other Pain Train schematics, so if I do want to get creative and do something like that in the future, I can, and maybe I will. Who knows?